wants to quit, but your mind says otherwise. Mind over matter, that is our topic today. Hello and welcome to my Saturday Live. My name is Sabine Kvenberg, the author of GUMPTION. And in the Saturday Live episodes, we talk about GUMPTION in general. What is it and how can it help you improve your life? Because there are certain things in life when we know why it matters, when we know why certain things trigger certain results, we can trigger those results that we want, right? And today I want to talk about mind over matter, meaning what happens if your body is exhausted, you cannot go on. You're on mile number 9 and everybody inside you screams, quit, quit, quit. But you don't. And this is what I describe in my chapter 12. And I would like to read it to you because I think when we understand that we have more power than we think we have, it makes a big difference. So here we go. Mind over matter. What are you up to? I asked a friend. Preparing for the Marine Corps historic half marathon. Why don't you try it? She replied. That was a thought. I have never run more than 3 miles, but I do like a challenge. And with my 50th birthday just a few weeks ahead, the idea of accomplishing something big before that milestone, it stirred something in me. As soon as I got home, I hopped online and registered for the Fredericksburg, Virginia Marine Corps Historic Half Marathon. I had just 4 weeks to prepare. I began by jogging around the neighborhood, but on my 3rd run, I sprained my ankle and had to stop for a week. That could have been a reason enough to quit. But that's not me. Unless something is truly serious or life-threatening. But, okay, let me repeat that. Unless something is truly serious or life-threatening, I push through. Life, I have found, have often given us situations designed to prepare us for bigger, tougher ones down the road. So I rested my ankle for a week and then got back to it. To prepare for a marathon, you have to build up your stamina, slowly adding time and distance each day until you can reach the full 13.1 miles. If you've never run long distances, let me tell you, it's a mind game. After the first mile, your body starts screaming at you, and your mind does everything it can to sabotage your offer. During my training, I discovered a powerful tool. I listened to Napoleon Hill's audiobook, Think and Grow Rich. The long, steady narrative kept me occupied and distracted me from the pain and exhaustion. It was a powerful combination. I was strengthening both body and mind at the same time. I absorbed valuable principles and concepts while simultaneously pushing through the physical challenge, keeping my mind from sabotaging me. Just 2 days before the race, I completed 13.1 miles for the first time in my life. The night before, we received our shoe trackers so our times could be logged and later reviewed. That evening, they hosted a pasta dinner to help us load up on carbs and fuel our bodies for the miles ahead. The MCHH started in Central Park Business District, right where our school was located. Proportionally of the streets were blocked off for the runners, but as business owners, we still had access to our premise. My husband drove that day, so he could be there to watch me run and cheer me on. We arrived at 5:30 a.m. for the run that started at 6. The fastest runners gathered at the very front of the starting line. Behind them, the crowd was divided into clearly marked sections based on different running times. So each runner could start with others at the similar pace. I had completed my training run of the 13.1 miles in about 2 hours and 30 minutes. I wasn't here to be the first to cross the finish line. Simply finishing the race would be enough for me. That was my goal. Still, I like to make a game out of things to keep them fun, so I challenged myself to complete the race in under 2 hours and 15 minutes. I have never seen Central Park so crowded at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. Music filled the air, vendors lined the sidewalks, and a massive banner marked the start and finish line. The whole place buzzed with excitement and energy. The race fell on May 18th, just 12 days before my 50th birthday. Typically, by this time of the year, the heat is already intense, which is why the start was set so early. Thankfully, that morning was overcast, a blessing I didn't take for granted. My husband gave me a good luck hug. Those Germans, right? Sometimes it's challenging to put two words together with the right pronunciation. So let me start that again. My husband gave me a good luck hug. I'll drive downtown to watch you run down Main Street and cheer you on, he promised. Then I'll drive back in time to meet you at the finish line. It sounded like a plan. I walked toward my section, indicating the 2.5 finishers. I had my favorite ball cap, the one I got when we were in Hawaii. Perfect with a high ponytail. Well, ladies, you know what I mean. Over it, I pulled a hoodie. My ears are very sensitive, and even the breeze from running can cause an earache. I reached my section and waited for the race to begin. Only one more minute. Butterflies fluttering in my belly as thoughts swirled. Will I make it back to the finish line? Can I beat my prior run time? Even if I don't meet my goal, as long as I can make progress, I'm happy. The crack of the starting gun snapped me back to the moment. It was time. Surrounded by thousands of runners, I inched forward with the crowd until, at last, my feet crossed the starting line. The tracker on my shoelaces clicked on and recording the journey ahead. I started out faster than I had in training. Pace yourself, Sabine, I reminded myself. Running with a crowd was different, motivating. Add to that the audience cheering from the sideline, and the first few minutes felt electric. But soon, the familiar moment when my body begged me to stop. I knew I had to push through. the first hump until my legs and lungs found their rhythm. I knew these streets well from driving them countless times, but running them was another story. Roads that were normally clogged with cars were now alive with vendor tables, bystanders, and runners filling every lane. About an hour in, the rain started. My hoodie quickly soaked through. At first, I worried it might make me too hot, but now I was shivering, carrying the extra weight of wet fabric clinging to me. Finally, I reached downtown, the halfway point. I searched the crowd for my husband, but I couldn't spot him anywhere. I must have missed him. By now, he was probably already driving back so he could cheer me on at the finish line. The last few miles were brutal. Around mile 9, the road pitched uphill. I passed a few runners receiving help from paramedics. Definitely not encouraging. My lungs were screaming at me, and the thought of slowing to a walk crossed my mind more than once. But I refused, even if it meant running, even at a very slow pace. I would not stop. Water stations lined the roadside, volunteers stretching out small paper cups as runners passed. Grabbing one was easy. Drinking while running, not so much. Half the water splashed across my face before I managed to swallow even a sip. Finally, the last couple of miles flattened out, and I caught my second wind. Maybe even a third or fourth. From a distance, I heard the announcer at the finish line calling out times. The latest runner had crossed just under 2 hours and 15 minutes. My heart jumped. I still had time to hit my goal. I leaned in. I was pushing harder, my mind laser focused on the finish line. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. My self-talk grew louder. It's easy. You're almost there. You've got this. You're strong. You're amazing. You can do it. I pictured myself running through the finish line and feeling the weight of that medal around my neck. And finally, there it was, the big red arch with the word finish stretched across it. I gave everything I had, somehow breaking into a sprint. The crowd's applause washed over me as I crossed the line. A volunteer draped the medal into my hands. Breathless, flushed, and triumphant, I scanned the sea of faces to find my husband, but I couldn't find him. Michael never actually saw me run. He was downtown, but missed me in the crowd. He only saw the walkers. That's when he realized then she was probably already finished. We finally met up in the recovery area where there was food and beverages. Nevertheless, he gave me the biggest hug. He was so proud that I made it to the end. During my run, I had plenty of time to think. One realization, or maybe more of a confirmation, was just how powerful the mind truly is. Mind over matter isn't just a saying, it's real. By mile 9 or 10, my body, let me see here. Here we go. One more page. By mile 9 or 10, my body was already done. Every muscle screamed to stop, but yet somehow I found the strength to keep going. I had to dig deep, master everything inside of me, and pushed through to the finish. Let me read that one more time. Every muscle screamed to stop, yet somehow I found the strength to keep going. I had to dig deep, master everything inside me, and pushed through to the finish. Since then, I have carried that metaphor with me. Running that half marathon has become a picture I return to whenever I face something difficult. When we think we can't go on, we actually can. We just have to keep stretching ourselves, whether the challenge is physical, like running a marathon, or something else entirely, like a financial or personal trial. That's where the mind comes in. We have to engage our imagination and creativity to find solutions, or simply to summon the energy to push through. The body might feel spent, but the mind can fuel us forward. That's why I want to encourage you, if you are physically able, to run a race. It doesn't have to be a marathon or half a marathon. Even a 5K or 3K can teach you what I'm talking about. You discover how powerful self-talk and a positive mindset can be when your body wants to quit. And once you've felt that, it will become a strong reminder you can carry into any difficult situation that you face. At the end of the day, life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And here is a picture. You see me. When I finished that line, I felt like $1,000,000, like Superwoman, so strong. And that run taught me, when we stretch ourselves, when we push ourselves to the limit, but our mind keeps engaged, and we are feeding our mind the positivity. And what I did at the end, I just kept telling myself, you can do it, you are powerful, yes you can, yes you can, yes you can. And this helped. And when we do this, we become stronger. And when we achieve something that we always wanted, we become stronger. So I encourage you to become this strong. And anyone who is listening, I would love if you can put something in the chat if you have the chance, and let me know, have you faced a challenge that you pushed through? Put yes in there. I would love to see that. And then the other thing is, I wanted to make sure that you understand what it means to me to pass on all the things that I've learned to you, the reader, the listener. And in my book, Gumption, this is what I do. It's a memoir. Yes, I share stories of my life and what I've learned, but also what helped me get through. And Gumption is certainly one part of it. And the other thing is, what I want to share with you here, since I have your attention, I was nominated for the International Impact Authors Award as a finalist. So I entered the book. The book officially will be available for you to get in the bookstores August 31st. But the award announcement of the winner, the winner of the year, is not until October. So I was able to send in the book that's already written. You can already pre-order the book, by the way, and I'll make sure the link is in the show notes. But they were able to read the script, and I was nominated as one of the finalists under memoir and biography. So that is a big honor. It's a prestigious event, and I will be there in Hollywood in October. But here's the thing. Yes, there are judges who made that first step because they looked, okay, what is the impact? Those are different criterias that they use. But then there's also the audience. So you can vote for that book, and you can vote for me as the author and the book GUMPTION. And when it's free, and that also helps in the process. It's like a marathon, so there's still a lot of time, but whoever watches this to this point, then I ask you, click that link in the description. It takes you less than a minute. Just click on it, click on voting, and then look for my name, Sabine Kvenberg. So you have to scroll down to the S's, find my name, and then put in GUMPTION, and then click vote. This is how easy it is, and I truly appreciate it, and I'm thankful for it, because I also know that this book will make an impact. And I can say that because I already got some proof of it. We have advanced readers' copies, and there were some advanced readers that I didn't even know personally, and they didn't know me personally, but they came back to me and thanked me and said, wow, it really made a difference in how I look at things, or it touched me in a way, or it gave me confirmation. And just hearing that from people that don't know me, that was a great confirmation. So if you want to have your advanced reader's copy now, let me know. If you click the link, I put a link in the description so you can pre-order that book at Barnes & Noble if you're here in the United States. But wherever you're in the world, whatever is your favorite bookstore, you can go there and pre-order it. And just send me an email, sabine@sabinekvenberg.com, and said, hey, I pre-ordered it. A screenshot, send me a screenshot of your receipt, and then I'll send you an advanced reader's copy that you can read right away. Okay? So I appreciate you and appreciate everything that you do. And of course, I wish you all the best on your journey, because at the end, it is a journey. And one of my mentors said one time, there are challenging times. And there are sometimes things that you have to do that you may not enjoy very much doing. And often when we don't enjoy things, we say, I have to do this now. And we come with this energy, and working with this energy that slows us down even more, or makes it even more miserable for us because we think we have to do it. So here is that piece of advice that I got from my mentor, Brandon Bouchard, a long time ago, and it got stuck in my mind. I want to pass that on to you as well. He said, yes, if you know you have to do a certain thing, or you might bring fun into it and set up the energy to, hey, I enjoy it. it's maybe hard for me to figure out, but I'll just do it with joy. Bring in the joy. And another one, and I wrote this down on my whiteboard because it's always good to be reminded of those things. And this is a confirmation, a manifestation, something that you can tell yourself. I solve every problem that comes my way in a fun and easy way. Just as I did this affirmations on my marathon run, this is another affirmation that I do. If something comes to me that is a little bit more challenging, I solve every problem that comes my way in a fun and easy way. Here you have it. And when we have that attitude of enjoying the journey, solving the problem no matter what, in a fun and easy way. Sometimes we can do it ourselves. Sometimes we may need some assistance, especially in today's time with all the AI assistance we have available. It is so much easier. And I dug into that part very much so. And I have now several AI assistants who assist me on the journey. But of course, you have to train them in a way that it makes sense to you. Of course, you can get generic information and AI can create generic content for you. But if you want to speak in your own voice and if you want to set yourself apart, then you have to have gumption and learn how to do it. And if you want to learn more, just follow me on my social media. Send me a message, a private message, either on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or wherever, if you want to learn more about it and how I can help you. All right. So this is it for my Saturday live today. And if you have any questions, if you want to put a comment, even if you see this later on as a playback, please put any questions in the comments and I will go through and answer it to my best ability. Go forth with gumption, because I know that all the answers are already inside of you. And even if the answer comes to you, get help. Or even if the answer comes a little bit later. But start out with a question. That always helped me. Start out with a question that you have about a particular challenge, or even just something like, what's my next step? This is the guideline here in the book, because I always ask, what's next? And that is the red line in the book. What's next? And the steps that came next are so exciting. And you have that same ability, even if you starting the question with, what's next? Answers will come either when you sit quietly during meditation or just being out on a walk. All of a sudden, you get an idea, or you hear that little silent voice inside of you. Or you meet a person that I also share with you in the book, that chance meeting that changed everything. But that was a very important person that I met. And sometimes these people are in your life as well. You just have to be open to the possibilities and be open for those people or these answers to come to you. All right, my friend. This was it for today, my Saturday Live. Until I see you again, always remember, serve from the heart, follow your passion, and live the life you imagine with Gumption.